Good morning. Good morning. Yes, it's me, Edwina B, Miss Cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. And how do you do? That's right. That's right. That's right, y'all. I'm here this morning because my God said, "Rise, Edwina. I have something for you to do. I have someone for you to see. I need you to help encourage someone, and I need you, Edwina. So rise." And I'm so glad I was chosen. To God be all the glory for that. I'm going to give him the honor, the praise, the glory, the hallelujah, the worship, but most importantly, the acknowledgement that he is, that he is. So, welcome to Free to Hope. That's me, y'all. From recovery, emerge empowered so that we can give hope to others, help others prosper equally. Free to hope. Free to hope. Yesterday's message with Dr. Christopher Arnold Bullock was, love. It was all about love. And what a blessing that today's topic from the Alcoholics Anonymous reflection reading is love with no price tag. Isn't that amazing? So I know it has been a while since I've used this platform. And last week, I took a week off so that I can rest my body, right? But my spirit was always in tune with listening to God, seeing God, feeling God, embracing God, and practicing these 12 spiritual principles in all my affairs. Many of you know what it is, right? So it is about sharing with you the 12 spiritual tools that I use, the 12 steps, the biblical scriptures, my journaling, the four agreements by the Uwees family, the revival hour, spiritual revival hour, songs of inspiration, consolation, meditation, and education, and Dr. Sonia with her transformational spiritual teachings. And guess what? I still want more, because without these spiritual tools, resources, and principles, I could not be experiencing my heaven here on earth. So, again, welcome to Free to Hope, where we give encouragement for those who are suffering from co-occurring disorders of substance abuse and or mental challenges. I found out through the fourth step when I made that fearless and searching moral inventory of myself that there was nothing wrong with me, but there was plenty that happened to me. And I thank God that I was chosen to acquire the disease of alcoholism. Why? Because we are born into a sinful world with a sinful nature. And out of all of the diseases I could have had, I thank God that I can say I'm a blessed recovering alcoholic. But most importantly, I'm a child of God who he has chosen to deliver from underneath that parked car 34, soon to be 35 years ago, early in the morning, 3 o'clock to be exact, after getting high and doing all kind of sexual favors for my own stepson. Now, you know something had happened to me for me to be doing something like that. But guess what? It was underneath that parked car that I had my one and only knee-bowing experience. So I'm glad I allowed myself to get some rest last week, and now I am fully charged. Okay, y'all ready to go? So let me go get my coffee. I'll be right back. To God be the glory. Okay, so how was y'all week? What did y'all do? Did y'all have a good time? I'm going to put on something that's going to be a little more cooling because I'm already having those signs of hot flashes. So y'all just bear with me while I get myself together and make this transformation so that I can be fully there with my attention to you and to others. So while y'all waiting, call somebody. Let them know Miss Edwina B, Miss Cuckoo for Cocoa Pop is on Facebook Live, Instagram, and whatever platform I am on. Okay, so listen, see what happens? Because I was listen. It's okay though. I just love y'all. I just love you. Okay, so let's see. Let's put the glasses on, and let me take a drink to you. There is so much I need to catch up on with you, right? And so, did I wash my face this morning? I don't know. Probably didn't. Didn't have to brush my teeth because I got dentures, but I did put them in a little earlier. That's the beauty of being transparent. That's the beauty of being authentic. It is what it is. Thank God for the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And just as important is people. God, grant me the serenity to accept the people I cannot change, the courage to change the person that I can, and the wisdom to know that that person is me. Voila. See, when I, again, practice these spiritual principles, tools, and resources, I am experiencing my heaven here on earth. Dr. Bullock also talked about peace. Peace beyond all understanding. God gave us his peace. And so that's what I strive for every day, to maintain my peace, my tranquility, my serenity, only after having that one and only need-bound experience where I learn to apply spiritual principles, tools, and resources to all earthly matters, including you and including me. Okay, so let's get a quick update. Now, we are ending soon the 2024, and we are embarking on 2025. But if you're like me, every day is a holiday. Every day is a gift. Every day I thank my God for choosing me for this time, this day that will never, ever come again. So because of these spiritual principles from Alcoholics Anonymous and other spiritual resources that I use, I practice, striving for perfection, but being satisfied with making progress, because I recognize I will never, ever be perfect. And why would I want to be? Because if I did and was, I wouldn't need God. I wouldn't need you. But no. It's all about making spiritual progress, right? So y'all know that AJ Harding and Dr. J. Macklin are my two spiritual mentors, and I am going to, some way, shape, form, or fashion, keep my commitment to bring the three of us in front of you in one way, shape, form, or fashion. And we are going to be on a panel so that y'all can hear our testimony, so that you all can ask us questions, so that you all can be unified in one spirit for one purpose, and that is to give God all the honor, the praise, the glory, and the acknowledgement. All right. And so I am going to make that happen before 2024 is out, whether it be in person or virtual or both. Okay. Now, the other exciting news that I have, oh my God, I am so excited. CCC relaunched. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me get that on here. Hold on one second. All right. Let me get that on here. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Let me move you over here a little bit because I can't see. All right. So here we go. Edwina, put your glasses on. All right. So here it is. Here it is. Let's see. Here it is. Wait a minute. Here it is. Okay. Yeah, here we go. All right. So CCC is relaunched, okay? And what we have here is the tier, okay? So on behalf of Dr. Benjamin Twimby Brown, right, who passed the torch to me earlier this year, I was named the executive director of CCC. Now, we also have Miss LaShawn Broughton Thomas, Miss Lyric, right? She's our creative director. And the one and only Don Thomas was previously elected as the board president of CCC. Now, when I tell y'all that you're all going to be in for an amazing journey with the CCC relaunched platform. We are so excited. We are so hyped now that we are all in one state and one city, and this is our headquarters. So they arrived over the weekend and they're settled in their house, and I've settled where I need to be so that we can all be together and to make the positive outshine the negative with the relaunching of Community Communications Corporation. Now, we are planning, and you will be seeing and hearing more about this as we go through the week, that we are planning a telethon, because I shared on channel 28. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Ivan, DETV. I shared a 5-minute commercial. I was trying to get it on here, but for some reason I couldn't. That we are planning a telethon because when Twin died and his account was transferred over and all of whatever he had was given to me by the grace of his family as well. He had $26.53 in his account. Yes, I got the rundown, beat up van as well. Received all of his clothing that I gave away and passed on those elegant shoes that he had, right? And some of his fine pieces. But the main thing is that even though Twin had shared 70 years of broadcasting experience, 50 years in the television production workshop, and 30 years with video production. And so his book is coming out in February, The Legacy of Dr. Brown. And we are going to be doing his celebration during the month of February as well, because he was real adamant about Black History Month. And so we want to make sure that we not only acknowledge this man who has given us any and everything we need through Channel 28, through the cable, Comcast cable, and even though people are doing this and doing that, but guess what? Don Thomas and Lyric Thomas, we will be developing our own station, CCC Network. You will be hearing more about. But we need to raise additional funds. We only have $26.53. That's okay. At least we are in the positive and not in the negative. Did you get that? Miss Lyric did that to me yesterday when we all met, right? She said, at least you're not in the negative, you're in the positive. So that goes to show me that we're doing the right thing, making a positive outshine the negative. And so we are going to be having a telethon December through January, so that we can raise enough funds to not only create an effective team, but an effective platform, and so that we can get all that we need to truly make the positive outshine the negative, starting here in the state of Delaware, where Twin from Florida started the Spiritual Revival Hour, Community Communications Corporation, which will be aired again. And thanks to Sammy and Sherry Congo, who opened up their hearts and their doors when Twin came in, we would not be where we were or are today if it wasn't for the Congos. It says, if you have to go, go Congo, right? That was the slogan Dr. Brown gave to Sherry and Sammy. So on behalf of the Congo family, we thank you also, and we look forward to our continued partnership, okay? And so look forward for more information about the upcoming telethon so that we can raise the appropriate funds for staffing, for operations, to get a new van, to set up our own studio while working with DETV. Tim Qualls of Positive Promotions is coming aboard, and Jim Turner of Gospel Radio, Reach Gospel Radio, he's coming on board. And we have Marvin Couch out of Tennessee, he's coming aboard. And we want to thank the former board president, Maria Gabera, and members Sherry Dorsey and Beretta Fields and others who are now on our advisory board. So we are about making the positive truly outshine the negative, but it has to start home and it has to start with you. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about that. All right, let's get to our topic for today. Okay, all right, let's see. Whew, Lord, I thank you. Okay, here we go. Now, you know that before I go there, one of the things that I relish about being here with you is that my God prepared me from underneath that parked car to be sitting here with you talking about what's going on and how people who suffer from co-occurring disorders, we do recover. And I am an example. And if God chooses to allow me to wake up February the 23rd of 2025, I'll be celebrating 35 years. But thank God he's on sacred time. Man is on secular time. But guess what? One day is enough for me. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. That's all I'm asking for you. One day at a time, okay? And so with the topic of love yesterday and the topic of peace yesterday at the Canaan Baptist Church, listen, I got an earful, right? But I also want to thank AJ Harding and everyone who attended the Canaan Baptist Church Substance Abuse Ministry Narcan Training Celebration. Oh my, oh my. So when you have been afflicted with co-occurring disorders, substance abuse, and or mental challenges, you can be used for the purpose of helping somebody else. And having that celebration on Saturday was a great, great success. We want to thank Lieutenant Governor Bethany Hall Long for the initiative with the Behavioral Health Consortium. We also wanted to thank Daphne Warner, who was the project manager for Canaan Baptist Church Substance Abuse Project Mood program. And we want to thank Delaware Health and Social Services for all of the Narcan kits that we received and distributed. And so I will be sharing with you the statistics of why we had to have a Narcan training celebration event, right? So we gave out approximately 1,500 Narcan kits from September 2023 to last month. We also trained close to 1,000, if not over, youth and adults, youth starting at the age, I believe it was 6 to 17 and then 18 to 85. Right, so we trained close to 1,000, if not over 1,000 individuals on how to administer Narcan. We also disseminated information to over 250 plus agencies throughout the state of Delaware. We partnered with at least 16 local organizations who hosted the training for us and to include the residents around that particular community. And we were able to share some of the testimonies from the classes. We was able to provide you with evaluation comments of the training from some of the training classes, and what a way to culminate the success of saving one life at a time with Narcan, and to prevent continued overdose by providing prevention information, treatment information, and recovery information. Okay, so it is about prevention, intervention, and restoration. So on behalf of Lieutenant Governor Bethany Hall Long, through the Behavioral Health Consortium, Canaan Baptist Church Substance Abuse Ministry wants to thank you for allowing us to administer Narcan training through our Project MOOD. MOOD stands for Multicultural Opiate Outreach Deliverers. Okay? All right, so that's enough of that. All right, so let's go to our reading for today. I'm excited. Okay. So many of you know that I am a part of the 12 Steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, and we generally have the reflection reading for the day. All right, and so I want to share it with you. First, I'm going to read it so you can hear it, but then I want to read it again so that you can listen, preferably with your eyes closed, okay? So I hear things in the beginning, then I may need you to repeat it so I can get a better understanding. So let's do that, all right? So the reading for today states, okay, let's see if I can put it here. All right, it says December the 9th, right? Alcoholics Anonymous Daily Reflections, love with no price tag, okay? When the 12th step is seen in its full implication, it is really talking about the kind of love that has no price tag on it. Comes from the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, off of page 106 from our co-founders, Dr. Bob and Bill W. Now, the person in recovery shares his experience, strength, and hope and perspective by stating, in order for me to start working the 12th step, I had to work on sincerity and honesty, and to learn to act with humility. Carrying the message is a gift of myself, no matter how many years of sobriety I may have accumulated. My dreams can become reality. I solidify my sobriety by sharing what I have received freely. As I look back to that time when I began my recovery, there was already a seed of hope that I could help another drunk pull himself out of his alcoholic mire. My wish to help another drunk is the key to my spiritual health. But I never forget that God acts through me. I am only his instrument. Even if the other person is not ready, there is success because my effort in his behalf has helped me to remain sober and to become stronger. To act, to never grow weary in my 12 step work is the key. If I am capable of laughing today, let me not forget those days when I cried. God reminds me that I can feel compassion. Oh my. Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? Okay. And so y'all know that in order for me to really convey what I believe the author is trying to demonstrate and to share with you, I break it down. So let's start breaking it down with the title, Love with No Price Tag. Okay. Now, I said I was going to read it again, but not now. So let's dissect it first. Love with no price tag. Now, many of you, like me, will kind of question that. Love with no price tag. Okay. I hear you. I hear the words. But for a long time, I was taught that love was this, that, it costs this, it costs that. Love was based on conditions, you know what I mean? And so I, at one point in my life for a long time, did not understand unconditional love. And so how did I find that out? Well, and during my fourth step inventory, where it talks about where our attitudes, ideas, and behaviors were first formulated, okay? And so I went back to the group that I was born into. I didn't select my family. I didn't choose my parents. I didn't choose my siblings. I didn't choose my culture. I didn't even choose my name, according to the UE's family, the 4 agreements, because it all has been about domestication, and it also has been about getting the attention from individuals who want to prepare or to mold or to shape others into what they believe is to be true. So, okay, so you need to get that book, The 4 Agreements. It's really 5 by the UE's family. Okay, so when I went back in my 4th step history, okay, love, okay, okay, so as a child, not understanding, love, but I saw my mother and I experienced my mother's attention and affection, and automatically there was this automatic connectivity of some sort, right? Now, that changed because as I grew older and I recognized my daddy, right? And the way I was attracted to him and wanting to get his attention and his affection, my feelings about my mother changed, right? Because I began to be jealous of my mom because of all the attention my daddy was giving to her. So I early on built up some resentments against my mother for getting too much attention from my dad. I did the same thing with my siblings. That's my daddy. That's my daddy. Now, not knowing about love and unconditional love and family love and all that. No, that was my daddy, and I'm his only one. I don't care if you his wife or you his children. That my daddy. That my daddy. Okay, and so right then and there, the transition of my thinking changed because majority, well, a good portion of my life was only to get the attention and affection of my dad. Okay. So love without a price tag, right? And so let me tell you, with my dad, it was interesting how I learned how he showed his love. Okay. And so when I worshiped the ground my father walked on, right? I just worshiped him, right? But there was another side of him that baffled me. I couldn't understand it. My father was a womanizer. He was a woman beater, and I had some resentments against him. But let me tell you this, it was after he abused my mother or he abused us that he would say, I'm sorry, I love you. I didn't mean to hurt you. And I'm like, okay, but that seed that it talks about in here said the only way you're going to show me affection and give me attention is if you beat me, right? And you would love me then, right? So I grew up believing that women ought to be used, abused, and replaced. And I also believed that if you beat me, that meant that you loved me. Love with no price tag? I don't think so. Okay. And so that is the beauty of this 12-step spiritual program in the journey, because it challenged us who are in this 12-step spiritual program to go back and find out what happened to us, opposed to thinking something was wrong with us. And in addition, learning that something happened to my parents to make them think and act the way they did. And so it's amazing how through this journey, I stopped the blame game because I wanted to find out not just what happened to me, but what happened to them, right? And so that was for me a way of loving in a different way because I want to find out what happened to you. Daddy, what made you do that? Mommy, what made you do that? Daddy, what happened to you, right? Love without the price tag. And so for us in the 12 Step Spiritual Program, it's trying to understand than to be understood. I also was taught that love was conditional. You do this for me, I do that for you. That's where I learned prostitution, right? Watching my aunt and other women in my family, and eventually my mom, they would use what they got to get what they want, right? And so was that love, or so it was a price tag, right? And so it's amazing how before I became an active alcoholic or drug addict, I was a prostitute first, right? Learned behavior, right? And so, and even when I engaged in those activities, and when I saw them engaged, love ain't had nothing to do with it, not at all, And so I learned that love was conditional. Yes. Okay. So what did you learn? Okay. And so let's go on because I want to dissect this baby. Okay. So it says when the 12 steps is seen in its full implication, it is really talking about the kind of love that has no price tag on it. Okay. So let's dissect that as well. Now, the 12 step says, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, steps 1 through 11, right? The spiritual steps 1 through 11. Once we embark on those spiritual steps, a spiritual transformation will create a spiritual experience, a spiritual awakening, and an unlimited amount of spiritual breakthroughs. Why? Because we are now applying spiritual principles to all earthly matters, including ourselves, right? And so I thank God that I was chosen, right? And I was also chosen for this spiritual path. I don't know what spiritual path you were chosen for, but I know this is my calling. This is my purpose. I'm working in my destiny because I'm as authentic and transparent as anyone else can be. And there's no one like me. It ain't. There's no one like you. And I'm so glad of that because my mom would always say, God, I'm so glad I have only one of her. And God said, well, there's only one of her. You know what I mean? And she saw why God gave me to her. All right. Years later. All right. So through the 12 steps, I began to understand the spiritual awakening that has happened, continues to happen through steps 1 through 11. Okay. And so the 12 steps says, having had a spiritual experience, a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics who still suffer. Now we're going to get that. We're going to get down to that and what the person shared his perspective, right? And then the end of step 12 says, and to practice these principles, spiritual principles, in all our affairs. Okay. So when you look at the full implication of step 12, we're talking about having had a spiritual awakening as a result of all 1 through 11 steps. Right. We will try to carry this message, spiritual message, to alcoholics who still suffer. Right. And to practice these spiritual principles in all our affairs. Okay. So let's go back to what this gentleman had to say. Right. What time is it? 7:07. He says, in order for me to start working the 12 steps, I had to work on sincerity and honesty, and to learn to act with humility. All right, so let's stop there. It says, in order, right, as a prerequisite, right, in order for me to start to start working the 12th step, to start working. Did you hear that? In order for me to start, okay? So when I came into Alcoholics Anonymous, I was 34 years old, right? And underneath that parked car, right, getting high and doing all kind of sexual favors with and for my stepson, right? So at the age of 34, after learning and reviewing my past, because my life flashed before me, how at the age of 34 am I underneath a parked car, okay? And so when I think about that early morning, the humiliating position I was in, and how I felt hopeless, helpless, useless, right? Unworthy of anything and anybody, let alone a God who I really didn't know about, right? That I recognize that when I say sincerity, when I say honesty, and when I say humility, it all came about through that humiliating experience. And in God's eyes, that's exactly where he wanted me. And that's why I know I had my one and only knee bowing experience, because I haven't looked back. I only look back to learn from, and I only go back to help somebody else, okay? And so he says here, I had to work on sincerity and honesty, and to learn to act with humility, okay? So when I think about being underneath that parked car and how I got there and what happened to me, opposed to thinking something was wrong with me, that I no longer desired to be humiliated like that again. And so through that cry of whoever they say you are, take me out this life or show me a better way, that was an act of humility. So when I think about that one cry, help me, right? I began to see and understand just a little bit better what it means by and to learn to act with humility, okay? So either I'm going to be humiliated, or I'm going to ask for help, which requires humility, okay? Then it says here, carrying the message is a gift of myself. Let me stop there. Carrying the message is a gift of myself. Oh my God. Carrying the message is a gift of myself. Oh my. The Edwina before this 12-step spiritual transformation, and the Edwina now with this spiritual transformation. Oh my God, what a gift God has given me. God has given me this gift. He, like my mother, well, let me start with my mother. My mother would always say, devil, get your hands off my children. I did not carry them for 9 months for you to take them. Get your hands up off of them. That was her daily prayer. And I know now, but didn't know then, God was saying the same thing like he did with Job. You can do anything you want to Edwina, but you just can't kill her. And God knows I could have been dead a few times, right? And the devil tried his best, but God already knew my destiny. And underneath that parked car, he knew I was ready and told the devil, be gone, be gone. She's ready now. She's ready for me. So I understand that it was a gift, y'all, because God has already chosen those he want to go forth to share their experience, their strength, and their hope, right? With authenticity and transparency. Because if you ain't going to tell the truth, ain't no sense in you going any further. And God knows who he has equipped with authenticity and transparency. And I know that's me. Oh, I know that's me, right? So I understand what it says when it talks about the gift of myself. It's the gift of God through me to help somebody else, right? So if God gave me that gift, what is my gift to him? Okay. And it lets me know what my gift is to him, right? In the next few words, right? It says, and right, no matter how many years of sobriety I may have accumulated. Okay. And so God is on sacred time, man is on secular time, right? So I know that each and every day is a gift. And that's how I've learned to look at it, right? I can plan, I can even project, I can even fantasize, but I need to practice being present in this day at this moment, because this moment will determine my next steps. I had to learn to practice that with these 12 spiritual principles, right? And so I've learned that my gift from God is, to be of service to him so that he can use me to be of service to others. Okay. So I accept that gift wholeheartedly, right? And it doesn't matter how much time I have. Okay. Then it says here, my dreams can become reality. Oh my God. My dreams can become reality. Do you know that in my journal, in my book that I wrote, From Crack to Christ, as it was written, I talked about visions of being a speaker and a writer. I had dreams that confused me, bothered me, scared me, but at the same time, in hindsight, they were dreams of intuition. I didn't know nothing about that. I've always dreamed. And I remember majority of them, right? Some, you had to scratch your head with some of them doggone dreams, right? But I've learned to meditate and pray to find out what God is trying to show me. As a matter of fact, it was through a dream that God led me to a church, because I wasn't about the church, I wasn't about the pastors, and I definitely wasn't about the congregation. But through a dream, God led me to the church of my choice, which is Canaan Baptist Church, under the leadership of Dr. Christopher Allen Bullock and my precious First Lady, Dr. Debbie Bullock. It was Dr. Bullock, Christopher Bullock, that helped me to understand that dream. And this is how he helped me to understand it. After I talked to him about the dream and everything, he asked me a couple of questions. He said, Edwina, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go back to the source of that dream for clarity, for direction, for guidance, right? Instructions. He said, you know why? Because that's the same source I go to. He sent me to the source. He sent me to the source. Yes. And so that dream became a reality to me. And I've been a member of Canaan Baptist Church for 19 years of my 34 years in this process. Now, dreams can become reality. I had dreams of being a model, an actress as a child, but was discouraged. I was too short. I was buck teeth. I had a big butt. I was too dark, right? But guess what? Through this 12-step spiritual program, God made me a model. He made me a model, right? For him first. And he let me know that the mask that I used to wear and could wear today if I choose to were nothing but being an actress trying to help and trying to people please everybody, right? And so guess what? Rick Watson, he's recasting The Barbershop. And I participated in his stage play, right? But that was not the first stage play I was in. The first stage play I was in was done by one of our members of Alcoholics Anonymous, Ulysses. And so I was able to become that actress, but the actress played a part that revealed the devastating effects of alcoholism, drug addiction, prostitution, but also the restoration, intervention, and prevention of recovery, right? And so I thank God that my dreams, right, as a walkway model, which I am, as an actress, which I am, but it all started with me surrendering my life to my God, right? And when he said you'll get the desires of your heart, it's just unbelievable, right? All right, so let me continue with what this guy says. I got a few more minutes, okay? So he goes on to say, I solidify my sobriety by sharing what I have received freely. Oh my God, let's dissect that, baby. I solidify my sobriety by sharing what I have received freely, y'all. Oh, my. Freely we receive, freely we give, right? I solidify, right? I solidify, here it is. I solidify my sobriety, right? By sharing what I received freely. Do you hear me? So do you see love has no price tag? And this reading, huh? I am sharing with you all of me, right? Inside, outside, sideways, up, down, and whatever, right? All of me. I have no secrets. I am not intimidated by no man. No, my God freed me. From recovery, I've emerged empowered by learning, utilizing, dissecting, right? Evaluating, right? These 12 spiritual principles to all earthly matters. So I solidify, right? My sobriety, right? Because I was given this information freely. And that's why I can freely give it to you. Oh, yes. Freely we receive, freely we give. And I'm telling you, when you talk about truth, oh my God, don't ask me. Don't ask me. My mom used to say, Edwina, you can tell us truth, but don't be stupid. Okay, all right, okay, all right, I got you. Okay, I got you. And so with the spirit of discernment now, okay, I've learned to yield to the spirit and let the spirit direct me and what to say, how to say it, and when to say it. And sometimes I don't need to say nothing. Yes, I'd rather say nothing than to tell a lie. Okay, so then it goes on to say, right? There was already, as I look back to the time when I began my recovery, there was already a seed of hope that I could help another drunk pull himself out of his alcoholic mire. Oh, let's dissect that, baby. As I look back to the time when I began my recovery, there was already a seed of hope planted. And let me tell you where that seed was planted. Oh, yes. I'm so glad you asked, right? So it was in one of these rehabs that I went to, and people from a 12th Step program would always come in and conduct a meeting. But this one girl, she came in and she sat at that table, and what she shared, how she felt about what she did, right? And not only that, but the remedy, the spiritual solution, she planted that seed through God, through her, planted that seed in me. And I said then, Lord, if you keep me sober long enough, I want to be able to share just like her. I don't want to put no cut, no chase on nothing. I was amazed. Even though I didn't stop then, the seed was planted. Okay? So that's my example, right? So then it says here, right? The seed of hope had already been planted that I could help somebody else, just like this young lady helped me, right? My wish to help another drunk is the key to my spiritual health. Oh, my. Huh? Did you hear that? Let me read it again. It says here, my wish to help another drunk is the key to my spiritual health. wanting to help another alcoholic. Don't you know that all human beings are ill to some extent? All human beings are ill. All of us are addicted to something, right? And when we look at that first step, we admitted we were powerless over whatever it was that caused your life to be unmanageable. For me, it was alcohol, drugs, and the whole lifestyle, right? I admitted I was done. And looking at my life and how it became unmanageable as a result of that. But guess what? Putting down the drink or the drug was only the first step. Because I needed to find out why I picked up those drinks and drugs in the first place. So it's about an internal job, right? And so we learn in this spiritual journey that in order for us to spiritually heal, so that we can help others spiritually heal, we have to reveal things that we wanted to conceal that prevented us from healing. So the healing starts with me. And so I've been prepared to give away what was freely given to me so that I can be of service to somebody else in their healing process, okay? Woo, God, I'm just getting so excited. I got a few more minutes, right? So then it says here, right? But I never forget that God acts through me. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Do you think I want to be up here telling you all the things that happened to me, all the things that I did, the STDs and the tricking and the committing murder as a prostitute because I didn't want to acknowledge what the baby is, who the father was, that I molested a 5-year-old boy when I was a 14-year-old teenager, that I wanted to feel like, I wanted to see what it felt like to smack somebody and I smacked the baby. Do you think I want to be up here telling you that? No. But guess what? Those secrets kept me sick. No, I'm telling it because I've been set free. From recovery, I've emerged empowered. You understand me? So my God knew me. He created me. We had an agreement according to A.J. Harding before he blew breath into this body through my parents here on earth. We had an agreement. And guess what? I know I'm fulfilling my agreement. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. Yes, I ain't afraid to tell the truth. No, because the sooner I told myself the truth, the sooner I began to heal. And if I'm going to help somebody else, I have to tell them the truth too, so that they can be able to do the same thing. Okay? Oh man, I done got worked up, right? Okay? And so it's here, but I never forget that God acts through me. I am only his instrument. Oh, my. Even if the other person is not ready, there is success because my effort in his behalf has helped me to remain sober and to become stronger. Did you hear that, y'all? Did you hear that? That no matter who we reach out to, our job is only to plant the seed. That's it. That's it. So whether that person gets it or don't get it, it's none of our business. No. That young lady did not know that the seed that she gave out was planted in me. She didn't know, but she did her job, right? And I need to do the same thing. And so those of whom I touch or don't touch, those who get it or don't get it, guess who's getting it? Me. Because I am freely giving away what was freely given to me. So yes, I become stronger. I become wiser so that God can use me to help more people, one person at a time. I stepped over dead bodies. I robbed dead bodies. Now I'm training how to save a person's life, right, with Narcan from an overdose. You see how the cycle changed from hurting to helping? God did all that. And I said, use me, Lord, use me. Okay, I got a couple more minutes. Okay. All right. So then it says here, right? To act, to never grow weary in my 12 step work is the key. Listen, y'all may be tired of me. Y'all may be sick of me. I don't care. Y'all can call me Miss Cuckoo, Coco, Papa. I don't care. But my God said, good, Edwina, listen, my trusted and faithful, you better keep on. You better keep on, girl. And guess what? I am. Hey, listen, I love what I do. I love what I do. I'm in love with this journey called recovery. I'm in love with my God, y'all. I'm in love with my God. I'm in love with this journey. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I understand just a little bit better what unconditional love really, really, really is. And it is for me to practice these 12 spiritual principles in all of my affairs, because I am truly living my heaven here on earth. Lord, I just love you. That's all I know. I just love you, Lord. Okay. I got another minute. Wait. And then it says, right. If I am capable of laughing today, let me not forget those days when I cried. And when these tears y'all see now, these are tears of joy. These are tears of joy, y'all. In the midst of pain, in the midst of the storm, in the midst of whatever, it doesn't matter. These are tears of joy because I know who I am and I know whose I am. Mama, thank you. Daddy, thank you. Jesus, I love you. Oh my God. And the last thing it says here, right? It says, God reminds me that I can feel compassion. And compassion I do feel for you. I do. I had to learn what love is. I had to learn what unconditional love is. I had to learn to forgive myself. I had to learn to nurture myself. I had to learn to encourage myself. I had to learn to be patient and tolerant with myself. And I had to learn that I am one among many. And if I can and you want to, then I allow and want God to use me in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So yes. These are always tears of joy. Okay, I got to go. I love you. You love me. We are one big family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? Ooh, 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 ooh. If it's God's will that we are rejoined tomorrow, we'll see who's here. And if we don't, then we know we're not here. But then you won't know either, right? So today, embrace it. Each moment, each second, each step, each breath that you take, breathe in his love that's unconditional and practice giving it back with no conditions. I'm going to try my doggonest, right? And when I fall and when I stumble, you better believe it's in a forward position because I'm not going back to that. I'm staying with this. To God be the glory. I love you. Be blessed. Okay, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.